Hello, welcome back to another video. Before I begin, I'm going to put a trigger warning on this video of mental health. So I'm going to talk about my mental health and stuff like that. So if that's not something that you're interested in, just click off, find another video, come back tomorrow, whatever, just so you know. If that's going to annoy you or trigger you in any way, there you go. I've tried to keep this channel as genuine as I possibly can, and this is something that I've wanted to talk about for a little while. And I was like, how do I go about doing it? Because I often find like talking about stuff and actually like saying it out loud helps a lot. So I thought, what better way to just have a chat than to just do it whilst I'm doing what I love doing, which is jumping rope, skipping. So that's what I'm going to do. A lot of it stems from like my relationship with Instagram, and it's kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's like equally a real help at the moment, especially during lockdown, but it's also probably my biggest hindrance as well mentally, which is why I'm making this video, to try and overcome them. And if it's helpful to anyone else, then that's great. But anyway, so I'm going to stop that chat right now, and I'm going to start skipping, get warmed up, and then I'm just going to try and just continue this as I'm going along. All right.
This town is quiet when it's late, yeah. This town is quiet when the night is getting close. I'm outside, gonna stay here. I'm outside until you tell me to stop. I'm being so dramatic. I'm always being so dramatic. This town is quiet when it's late, yeah. This town is quiet.
Alright, so I also massively apologise if this video just doesn't make any sense. that is almost definitely going to happen. What it is whenever I'm feeling more like emotionally vulnerable or whatever, it's always like, it's obviously not now, like I'm fairly alright at the minute, but what I've just been finding is, how do I describe it? It's just weird. I've basically been putting way too much weight behind like Instagram likes, views, things like that. Even though I try my best not to do that, and I know that it's all BS and it's really unhealthy to do that, but it's one of those things that I'm hoping that talking about it now changes that, because that wasn't always the case. And I don't know, I can't quite put my finger on when it started to happen. It is quite difficult for me talking about it, but I know that this is going to do me good. I hopefully hopefully anyway. Right, let's get back to doing some more skipping. Yeah, what was I saying? And don't get me wrong, I'm fully aware that this video to a lot of people just makes me look like an absolute douchebag, because I'm like, well, you know, there's people with actual problems in life, not just like you're a little bit upset because of whatever reason. But that said, like, everyone has feelings, and you don't know everything about everyone as well. So even if someone like looks like they shouldn't have anxiety or depressing feelings, doesn't mean that they don't. And it's one of those things that like everyone's feelings are valid, like, and that's the thing. So, but if you think I'm a douchebag, that's absolutely fine. That's your prerogative. Like, at some point it went from, for me, skipping was always about keeping busy and like learning something at the same time. So keeping busy, learning, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, I don't know, maybe like 2-3 months ago it changed from that to being more about a bit more likes driven. So I was like just paying attention to how many views, actually maybe even more recently than that, maybe like a month ago maybe. Anyway, I'm going to do a bit more skipping and gather my thoughts, because this is getting a bit difficult. Yeah, talking about skipping, what I'm trying to do today, so yesterday in the IG live that I did, which was amazing. So the IG live honestly is what has kind of almost turned me around at this point. So if you were in that IG live, I thank you massively. The energy, the vibes was amazing. So that was great. But in that live, I unlocked a backwards double under, and just did some mic practice. But that's what I want to try and get in today's combo, is like a backwards double under, and I'll probably have to end with it because it's quite difficult. It's just quite tricky. So yeah, that's what we're thinking today. Let's carry on.
I'm outside until you tell me to stop. I'm being so dramatic. I'm always being so dramatic. This town is quiet when it's cold, yeah. This town is quiet. Sadness, I can see the moon. I know that I'll be fine here. Things get complicated, but
I basically allowed myself to get into like a little hole where I was kind of looking at likes, views, then looking at likes, views of others, and thinking, well, I've got less, always less. I was never looking at anyone and saying, oh, actually, I've got the views there are good. But that's the thing, you don't when you're in that kind of hole. You're not looking at like your place like realistically, because you can use likes and views to look at how your content's doing or how you're faring. If you look at it, both the positives and the negatives, or the ups and the downs, it wasn't constructive at all, because it was only serving to bring me down, like constantly. I was in a friend of mine on IG's Instagram Live, and it was like interacting with the community as I used to do, and that, which kind of, I was like, right, I'm just gonna bite the bullet, I'm just gonna do a live. And it was a really amazing live. It was just really fun, like giving people advice, and and it's like, this is what I love about the whole community, is you learn things, you pass on the advice and all that kind of stuff. I think I just let the whole kind of social media Instagram thing get way too toxic. Yeah, that's what this video is. This is kind of my way to myself to say, look, you've been through it now, you've already done that, time to put it to bed, or at least monitor it more so it doesn't become an issue where it does affect you more. And that's what I'd say to anyone who's watching this who is in a kind of similar position where you're just being affected. And maybe you're just not. Maybe this is just me, and no one else is thinking this, or no one else has these feelings. And again, that's also fine. Again, I'm I'm rambling. I'm gonna do some more skipping. I'll carry on in a bit.
alright, yeah. You will tell me I'm wrong, but I know we are strong. A sadness, I can see the moon. I know that I'll be fine here. Things get complicated, but I know we'll be alright, yeah. You will tell me I'm wrong, but I know we are strong.
Okay, I think I'm calling it a day for skipping there, because as you can see, the sun is all but gone, as is normal. To be honest, I've kind of completely lost track of what I wanted to say, what my message was. I'm just going to put more like kind of focus on what do I want to do and what's my outcome. My journey and what I'm doing is all I need to worry about. And I know that's what you say, everyone says it, it's kind of what everyone comes to realize, and it's true. But when you're in it, you know all these things. That's the thing. You know all these things, and you shouldn't be looking at yourself, at others, and comparing yourself against others, and you know all that, but you just can't. So hopefully, after this video that doesn't make any sense, I'll stop doing that. I'll get back to just doing what I want to do, which was kind of always the aim of this year. In fact, this whole year. So I don't know if you've been a long-term subscriber and you saw the video that I did at the start of the year, which was basically me saying, I'm just going to produce stuff this year. That's all I'm going to do, produce stuff. And I'm not going to pigeonhole myself into anything and have an expectation. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is mental health is fragile. It needs constant attention, looking at, checking in on, and we need to talk about it. So, you know, if you've got any questions, I don't know what I can do to answer them, but feel free to have a discussion down below, because, yeah, especially as men, we need to talk about it because it's very, very important. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.